Best of 3 series here in the Europe CIS group stages of day number 5. Family mode on the Radiant and Na'Vi on the Dire side. I want to talk about Sobat, Kips. Like, this guy, I remember casting these games when he was still playing in the Brestamons in 2018. You remember that team?
I do remember that team. I believe it had Palantimos on it as well at some point.
Yeah. That was one of the CIS stacks at the time that looked very promising and interesting. They just couldn't really deliver the results that I was kind of expecting them to maybe show, because they were still somewhat unknown, but they had like a team with the players who were known at that time, playing for several different teams that could compete for high standings in the tournaments at that time. So I'm glad to see these guys pulled out so far here, all the way into this event as well. So being picked up into Na'Vi, I just hope Sobad doesn't end up being a bad pick for the team.
Well, I can tell you that he isn't. It's a bit funny, actually. He replaces Shama the Slayer, who was my POS 5 for Vega during the 2000 and was it 18 TI qualifiers?
Yeah.
And we went 0-7 in losses. It was an unfortunate time. Sobad, on the other hand, went 7-0 the next year with Vega Squadron on the same position. Part of the insane Vega run there in the group stages. Unfortunately, they weren't experienced enough to make it out, but a lot of skill on that team, and basically all of the players from that team are now on good stacks. Last Hero will make his appearance again shortly, I'm sure, but GPK on Gambit, of course, as well as several others are around.
Yeah, players like Sobad, Chosen One, Last Hero, those are all very familiar names. Been a pleasure to watch a lot of these players gain experience and maybe get to the podium that they either like are trying to get to, or at the point that they even deserve, like when they get to the highest level of play. And I think when we talk about players outside of that, like Adzantek, for example, for Family Team, he is a wild card to me. I think he's...
Can I interrupt you a little bit here?
Yes, you may.
We are seeing a POS 3 Winter Wyvern.
POS 3 Winter Wyvern. I've only seen one guy do that before.
Who was it?
Several times. That was Trixie.
That is a long time ago in a galaxy far away. POS 3 Winter Wyvern is an interesting one because you can go a lot of right-click items with this hero, as well as be a team aura carrier, excuse me. And her nuke damage scales insanely well in the early game, so you can contribute even without items. And I'm curious to see how Skylark will pull this off, because this does mean that there is a Shaker support with a Spartan POS 5 Phoenix, so that one's a lot more in the line of expectations.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of trading going on, at least in both lanes. The Spartan still got a lot of HP for himself. There's a salve waiting in his inventory. Doesn't need to use it quite yet. Focus, putting a bit of harass while trying to keep up his farm. Riki versus DK lane. Pretty tough for the Riki to CS, especially like if you have the DK even in the mid lane. The Breathe Fire with the physical damage reduction is quite the thing, and Cube actually snipes the Chen. Skylark manages to get out from the hands of Crystallize, so that's Family Team actually scoring first blood.
There's a lot of range and a lot of harass on this lane, as long as they keep their mana stores up. And Cube is doing something that you can only really run against a short range lane like this, is he is maxing, or well, he's got a point in the totem right now, and he might even put some more points in it, just because the Shaker can't really, the Shaker can get on top of the Spectre. She can't really get out from under him. And you can do tons of damage with that, especially if you're just a support and you don't have to last hit any creeps at all. Just walk up, smack her in the face, walk out again.
Yeah. Something I wanted to note about this bot lane, but was a courier about to get killed, but didn't quite happen at that time, and was actually about the Breathe Fire. That Nightpash is actually not leveled up Breathe Fire at all, so he's got the stun. So I think what they're aiming for is just chain stunning the Riki. And so Focus almost finding a kill here, so Pash is going to have to connect the stun before he right-clicks the Shaman. South will be popped. Riki, very big trouble here. He does get the jump out. Meanwhile, Cube gets a kill in the top lane at the same time. So this has been occurring. again.
What
Detours.
did you bait?
They're going on so bad now. He's in trouble. Getting slowed down by Spartan. Spartan throwing in some more fire spirits. Very fast shaman though. 330 movement speed. Needs to connect. Oh, one right click. Is it enough? 6 HP. Oh, close one, but not enough.
And so Spartan gives away his ward on the high ground here as well. I wonder if Ilias noticed that. Or sorry, so bad.
It's gonna expire though soon, so at least they know that there's vision there, so they will have the information. If Magical would, for example, decide to rotate bottom, you really don't want to as a DP. Rather want to get the Necro on. Crystallize getting blocked by the Fissure, and now Spartan in the top lane, so that's gonna be a kill onto Crystallize most surely. Cube looking for him in the trees, gets the enchant totem slap in the face. So Cube now 3-0, killing spree as well for family team. Ilias with the creep wave, trying to get some pressure on Spartan, but Spartan's fine. But the focus is left alone in this bot lane, so it's got to be careful not to get caught. There's a level 3 shaman. 2 points in Nether Shock really starts to hurt.
Ricky's got a magic stick though. He'll be okay at least, but I doubt he's going to be able to get that many last hits now that the points in Breathe Fire are starting to come out from 9 Pasha. I imagine Pasha is going to hit up the Soul Ring as well later, just so he can sustain this amount of magical harass.
Spicy, but it's not enough for a kill. Nether Shock's still ready. Ricky does have his E, so the tricks of the trade to if he ends up in trouble, but no. So bad, still forcing him out from the lane. More items for Ricky now. So bad, just looking for that. That's 200 damage. So bad needs like a bit over 1 right click, like not even 2, but just a bit over 1 to be enough.
Fire, but the Ricky gets solved now.
Yeah. Pasha was out of mana before, but now he's regenerated up with that clarity, and they're gonna go straight onto 9 Pasha as they get Spartan TPing into the bot lane. So bad instantly recalled to come back to lane. Like, I need help. Looking for the Phoenix. Dive has been used. Potential kill here, but Pasha really scared of focus. At Zantek, his invis will be denied by Ilias. Spectre is also alone in the lane. Bit of harass coming in from Skylark. There is one Harpy. There's another Satyr, so they're trying to burn out Winter Wyvern's mana here. One thing I wanted to call out actually was Cube in the very early minutes. When the first bounty spawned, when the game basically started, he was sitting at half HP, and he was using his Fissure to block the creep wave as usual, but he had no regen items, and he still decided to stay around in the lane. And I'm not sure at what point did he even get any more regen items for himself. And like right now, he's holding into 2 clarities in his backpack, and he used a set of tangos as well. But he's been in this lane for quite some time and giving Crystallize a very hard time. Ilias trying to turn it around. Crystallize very low, but Cube must be careful of these jungle creeps. Skylark, the same thing. No Fissure available here, and Ilias will continue the hunt. But Cube should be out of there, so he's out. And Adzantic rotating to the bot lane to get a kill. Magical, no level in his exorcism, so he can't even damage this tower.
Interesting choice to not grab any points in the exorcism. Normally, I mean, I can see you wanting to max the Spirit Siphon, but at the same time, if you're a bit of an opportunist, you know that this opportunity might present itself. Magical just goes for the sustained heal.
Yeah, it's trying to hurt a bit. Crystallis wants to TP mid here. Well, actually not TP. Will teleport with his ulti. So Adzantic now surrounded by enemies. So bad helping up with the shackles. So Necro will fall. So that's a kill for the Spectre. But there's nobody farming top. Actually, the wave is already pushed in under the tower, so that's fine. But Phoenix and Focus. They find 9 Pasha here in the open. But, you know, tanky as he is at this point. So the DK very hard to kill, and rotation's coming towards bottom. Crystallize is coming, Magical is coming, and as you can see, the ward has now been placed by Na'Vi. So as the old one expired, they have a new one here to put down, and Spartan will fall. Another kill for Crystallize, just like that. The man who doesn't really have that much farm, but with these 2 kills, he's now ahead in the net worth. They're putting pressure into mid. Cube is ready for the Fissure. Needs to get so bad out of the river, but there's some Chen creeps, so they know exactly where Keep is.
And this Shadow Shaman's going to have a very fast 6 if he can just hold this mid tower unopposed. Surprising to see Navi not go for the bottom tower push here, though. They brought 3 cores around, and they're still sitting in very close proximity.
Yep, Spartan being chased will dive into the trees. 9 Pasha will follow the trail.
Might have been waiting for Pasha's dragon form.
Skylark's around. He has his ulti, just waiting for Navi to stack up a bit. Spectre. No connection by 9 Pasha onto that Winter's Curse, so Magical will still stay around. Ilias looking for the dagger, won't quite connect.
They're all just ignoring this tower and going for the dive. I thought the family team was the aggressive team, but...
Yeah, what? Aggressive mode turned into family team, so... Is this a family show now?
I think we're about to see some violence, my friend. Especially if So Bad can't get out of the mid. He is dead as a doornail.
Cube even walks out of the wards. There was that small little corner. Then you could just walk out. So that's your Serpent wards used for nothing.
Yeah, well, So Bad lives, I guess. But
he lives.
That's not worth it.
That's not worth it. Not at all. Magical,
playing
aggressive.
There,
Bounties will spawn. 3 for 1 here for Navi. Cube will take the arcane in front of Magical, looking for the fissure, holding on to it, just baiting and buying time. And there we have it. EP is stuck in the river.
So much damage
trying to fight
time.
around the serpent wards, but there's nowhere to run, my friend.
Nice block fight, Cube. That said, he is going to have to do a lot of those nice blocks because the Riki, the one hero that, you know, if he doesn't have a good lane, can't really farm back up in the jungle, is rather low on the net worth charts right now. He's going to need a lot of time to be bought for him so that he can get his Diffusal Blade up.
Yep. Let's see how much space, especially Navi here with this pusher lineup. How much damage can they deal early on? 9 Pasha is very tanky though. And on the other side of the fissure as well, they can't dive him there.
That's a bit of a miscalculation there.
That is. And Magical now has a point in Exorcism, so they might even try and use this DP ulti for a little push, but they're still a bit spread out. They're farming the jungle with the Chen. So Bad is still racking up XP in mid. Serpent wards up in 10 seconds, and if they get the DP mid, they could try and pressure this mid tower. It could be a heavy investment.
No. Oh, well, the Chen brings her in.
Gonna do it.
I honestly think that you could be taking 2 towers right now and split families' reactions. Because you have the Serpent wards as well.
Be careful here. 9 Pasha on the front line. Egg. Force them away. A bit of time. Nice fissure from Cube as well. 9 Pasha doesn't get stunned up by the egg though. Here comes the haunt, so they're going to try and turn around here. Navi, Skylark looking for an ulti, gets 3, and it's going to be the DK, but they have the Chen ultimate, so Pasha will live through this. The Serpent ward's placed down as well. The tower's still up, but Spartan taking a lot of damage here from Crystallize, and Crystallize will get it. Atzantek will fall as well. Magical with a double kill. Cube is being chased up by Magical. They're going to lose the Wyvern as well. Cube very low on HP, and Crystallize will finish off the job, so that's 4 heroes gone, a tower down, and Navi are now playing the aggressors.
This is a tempo of their lineup. They're playing towards it pretty much perfectly. I gotta say, I'm surprised that they brought everyone into the mid, but you know what? If the enemy brings everyone into mid as well, you are 5 versus 4. There is no way that family can defend that tower. Because they have the Riki still farming the bot lane, and he's even getting chased out by Crystallize right now.
Yep, I think this is an issue. Riki needs, like, the 16-17 minute mark. If you have like an alright game, you'll have your Diffusal Blade ready. And on top of that, you're still going to need like a second item, which is most likely either Yasha or Basher or like even halfway to BKB to be useful. You might even get a Manta on Riki if you feel like you don't want to go all the way for the BKB for a specific game. If there's just an abilities that you need to get rid of. And So Bad will find the Riki. Hex up. Shackles will be there. The follow-up from Crystallize, but already the invis. They did have a detection, but it would have been a costly chase there. No dagger for the Spectre. But like I was saying, the Riki needs time. So he's not wanting to fight for a while.
So his team needs to buy time, push some towers, loosen this chokehold by Navi. You are by now 4k ahead. And they're going to try to do it by pushing through this top tower, and I think that judging by Navi's positioning, they're ready to let this one go. So a little bit of a freebie here for Team Family, even though they don't actually push that hard, they just sustain really well.
Yeah. Slowly chipping down the tower, aggressive mode, and then we have Navi heading towards bottom. Elias with the creeps. Serpent wards are up once again. DP ulti is also up, so we actually even have the same cooldown. Yes, we've got 145, 120, so yeah, it's almost the same cooldown, both of these.
Nice load lift timing on bot lane. So bad wants to drop the Serpent wards, but he's not going to. Instead, he's going to let 9 Pasha do pushing damage and save the Serpent wards for just in case anyone comes in to defend. Which is, I don't think Family should get involved in this. They are watched on all side by wards if they come down this way.
They're smoked up though. Barton cube, focus. Put some vision on the high ground first before they go there. And they see Elias on the back line. That's one opportunity. They've got crystallized cube. Walking in as we got the dive coming in from Spartan, going on to 9 Pasha. Egg dropped out and the Serpent wards are blocking, so Sobat just blocked Pasha inside of it, and that's your DK dead. Probably not intended, but Navi still want to take a fight here. They've got a 5-man silence from Magical. Necrophos, here's the Winter's Curse coming onto Magical as well, holding him in place. Cube also shackled up. Another dive coming in from the Phoenix, and Cube will get a nice Echo Slam, but he will fall. They will kill Crystallize nevertheless. So Family Mode get themselves some important kills here, and they live through the Serpent wards, the Exorcism, the Haunt. They turn it around.
Yes, all of the big spells are down, and I gotta say, I'm surprised by Navi's decision to go back in there after DK meets his unfortunate ends in his teammates' ward trap. They're not done yet, DK.
He just respawned. Don't die again. Focus and Skylark putting some pressure on him, but they won't go for that. TP's cancelled as well.
It's a painful death for the Spectre as well. She's saving up for that Radiance, and she was on track to a really good timing. But
oh, so bad.
That got heavily delayed now, and I doubt that she wants to get involved in any more fights now.
Oh, that's a free kill for Spartan.
Up that manpower advantage.
Yeah. Solo kill for Spartan in the bot lane against So Bad. Or earn charges. 8-8 with a 1k lead for Navi. Used to be a bit more. Slightly sloped down towards Family Mode. Same thing with XP. Objective-based gaming, though. Family's taken 1 tower. Navi is taken 2. So 16 minutes and only 2 towers down with all these ultimates. I think Family Mode are still holding onto their ground pretty well. Can't underestimate this team.
Yes, and you can see by Navi's positioning that right now they are really not looking to fight. Completely spread out over the map. Almost showing on 3 lanes at the same time.
Yeah, I think that's what you want to do when you have all your ultimates on cooldown. Just don't take any unnecessary risks. You might realize that Family Mode is like when Navi's ultis are down, it's like a bit over a 1 minute period. Even after if you lose a team fight on respawn, you have like 1 minute time to make actions happen, and your opponents are weak at that point because they don't have their ultis to try and contest any aggression that your opponent is throwing. You're waiting for the ultis to come back on, and if you manage to buy enough time, you can force the enemy back because, oh, we don't want to fight into your Exorcism, we don't want to fight against your Serpent wards, but at least we're holding our ground and getting some time to farm up. So how much power can Focus actually give to this team? He's got the defusal ready on the Ricky and a smoke with the Shaker, fresh blink on Cube, and Crystallize as So Bad. They need to get like 2 kills to make this push happen. If they only get 1, it's probably not the greatest. It's a kill nevertheless. So Bad waiting at the trees. Crystallize going in the jungle. This smoke's also going to run out.
They don't have the aggressive vision to actually make this happen. And yeah, what I was more saying is that normally, yeah, you can wait for your ults to come off cooldown, but when you are intending to pressure immediately once they're up again, you would see people start to move when the Exorcism reaches like 30 seconds. There was no such thing happening. They are waiting for this Radiance. And it's coming soon. Sacred Relic is up on the Spectre now. So only a matter of time, a matter of minutes before she finishes the recipe, and then for sure they're going to start pushing again. Because the Death Prophet has finished her Yules. Nine Pasha has a hood up. He is so much more tanky now. Going for the full pipe and into the blink afterwards. And
yep, and they're coming in
look at how much
force onto
damage
9
he's
Pasha.
tanking right now. He's turning around
as well. DK will still live, and there's the Echo Slam from Cube. They get 2, and there's not only 9 Pasha, but they're so bad. They will both die once again. Panic wards farmed out of the way. Ilias is dead as well. That was Focus getting a solo kill with a fresh defusal. This is exactly what Family Mode need to be doing right now. I mean, sorry, Family Team. now I messed them up. So they get this tower, they get some kills. They have some items that they can now finally start contesting Na'Vi, and especially when they're spreaded, when they're not together.
And dear viewers, I would like you to know that I have baited T-Panda into saying family mode several times now. Anytime he messes up, it's totally my bad, but I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
It just fits, you know? It fits.
Family mode, aggressive team.
Cube,
what are you doing? What are you doing? TP out?
Getting creative.
Pasha? Hello?
No?
No? Okay. Let's not talk about that. 20-minute bounties. And a bit of aggression coming in. They see 9 Pasha. Focus on him. Smoke cloud with the defusal. A lot of damage coming into the DK. There's backup arriving, but are they going to be there in time? I don't think they are. 9 Pasha just blown up. Magical and Ilias, who were around for the outpost, they let the Shaker get away, and then they lose their DK in lane. Not the best plays.
Not at all. They're just waiting right now, though. Spectre has just finished her Radiance.
Well, family mode now putting the aggression. Smoke up from the back. This might be leading to a team fight. They break the salve on the Phoenix. Here comes this. They got the Hex and the Shackle coming onto the Ricky, and a team fight breaks loose. Nice fissure from Cube. Does have his Echo Slam still on cooldown for another 30 seconds. Focus is going to die to Crystallize. There's also the Winter's Curse used by the Winter Wyvern. They have an egg popping from Spartan, and now clustering up. It's a lot of Na'Vi players in the stack, and now So Bad gets himself the Serpent Wards he was looking for. Atsantic trapped inside. Phoenix trying to make a run for it with the Sunray. Will get the TP out, but won't get the TP home. Shaker, the lone survivor.
And this is why Na'Vi didn't much care to lose those couple of kills. They were waiting. They knew they were going to be strong in approximately
and
1
straight
more
to
minute.
rush.
Yep.
That will be ages for Na'Vi. They will have their ultis expended, so let's see if they want to go for maybe the top tier 1 tower, just, you know, backdoor quickly and get out. Or spread out and farm. See what their call is going to be. Magical heading towards the top lane, 3 heroes heading mid. The towers are also far away, and all the lanes are semi-pushed in towards their direction, so I think at this point just spread out and farm, then stack up and go. There's a 5-minute timer for the Aegis, and I think they should try and time their team fight when they have their ultis up and have the Aegis as their advantage.
Yes, once again. It will maybe give Skylark the time to finish this Orchid on the Winter Wyvern, though. And that could be a very powerful tool to kill off the supports in Na'Vi before they can get any of their spells off. Because I don't think you should focus on the core at all. Silencing a DK is not going to do anything for you. Death Prophet has heals. Spectre going into Manta style very fast.
Yep. And also kill from Cube, speeding it up a bit. Yeah, I can see I'm already gonna get some hate for the family mode. It's like, oh well, oh well.
Well, what are they talking about? That's their name.
Tier 3 casters,
Have you ever gone full family mode?
That's something that to tell for the kids, you know. 23 minutes played. Very even in kills, but in terms of how this game is going to roll out in the coming minutes, it's going to shift into Na'Vi's favor. That late game is really favoring this lineup. Family mode has their answers. They have some heavy firepower, especially with these high HP heroes on Na'Vi, amplifying that Necro ultimate. Winter's Curse coming really useful. Echo Slams have been known to change games so well. So there's still things for family mode, but a full-on 5-on-5 or a straight-up push, Na'Vi will be ahead of you, and they are smoked up to find the Riki. And this is your key to push. There's the Hex, followed up into the Shackle. So Riki held in place. There's a lot of jungle creeps arriving as well. The silence will be there, so no need for the Centaur stun. Killing the Riki and enabling your push into the top lane. Meanwhile, Crystallize does have an Aegis, forcing some TP's bottom. Really good move by Crystallize, because right now there's no way family mode can help them defend that top lane. They're going to lose definitely 2 towers for all this space that Crystallize is creating right now. He's just going to TP out. What a man.
Didn't even turn off his Radiance.
And here you see the rest of Na'Vi. Tier 1 down, going for tier 2. Only 2 teleports available. The rest TP'd bottom. This is such a good fight for Na'Vi right now. They're going to find Spartan. He didn't cancel his TP. He's going to get taken down. You can see the head bonks coming into chat. He's not happy with that move. That's some communication issue right there. You should have known that you had half your team teleport bottom, and then you only have 2 TPs available for top. You still gave up a kill. You're going to lose the tower anyway. Rough. Really rough.
Very rough. And it's forced by the way that Na'Vi played that as well. It's always beneficial to make moves on 2 sides of the map at once, just because of the chances of exactly this happening. It's not just a random mistake, this is forced. And I think that Dota in general could think a lot more about forced errors and how you create them, not just on players, but in team scenarios as well. This is a perfect example.
Well, they get themselves the tier 3, a bit of damage onto the range racks, but they won't get themselves an entire lane yet. Age is going to be up for another minute and 20 seconds. So, if they do force a fight with the Aegis timer, they will not have the exorcism up for longer than 8 seconds. It's pretty rough to try and time that. They're going to have to engage a fight without the exorcism if they want to use the Aegis.
I think with the net worth advantage they have right now, that's definitely still doable. They would have to fight before this Riki gets his BKB though. That can be a major game changer. If you can't disable this man, he is going to deal so much damage.
And
but
Riki
right now they've got him again.
Here comes a Hawk coming in as well. They've got them all isolated. Here comes the Egg as well. The Fissure is blocking some of the way from Na'Vi to try and interrupt this. Skylark very low on HP. The stun onto the Spectre. There's another Hex coming in. Phoenix will take the brunt. That's your pause 5 gone. Skylark, he's going to get burnt down by Crystallize, so he gets a kill with the Radiance. Now chasing Cube into the trees is another Fissure, but there's also Na'Vi members on the other side. GG. That's game 1, right there. I think it's a good call. Just call it, reset, go for game 2.
This Spectre is out of control, and yeah, I think they could have maybe tried to grab the Riki BKB and see